Yeah, hello everybody, good evening and welcome to episode 29, it's 29 of the Junior... Yeah, that's right, Jen, you laugh. I've got a few breaking stories to come tonight for you. Yeah, it is episode 29 of the Progress Junior Golf Podcast. No Steve Jackson tonight, as you can see. No, he's decided to have a weekend off. Can you believe that? He's sunning himself somewhere. So I've decided to bring in the more glamorous Jen Meyers with us. Jen, how are you this evening? Are you well?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I've got to say, it's much nicer seeing your face than Steve's. Steve, if you're watching, I mean it, and you know it as well. So, Jen, you're a returning guest on the Progress Junior Golf Podcast. How's things been going for you? I haven't seen you since sort of Christmas and New Year. Did you have a good Christmas and all that?
Yeah, it was very, very nice, thank you. We had a couple people from our family over. It was quite relaxed.
Yeah, boy. Anyway. There you go. Christmas is fun, isn't it? Christmas is fun.
Yeah.
But there you go. Let's move on anyway. We've got some breaking news to bring you as well. Let's go straight into news. Tonight's podcast, you've probably seen from the headline, Charley Hull is going to be joining us tonight. Not live in the studio, unfortunately, but we did catch up with her at the Woburn last week. We spent a bit of time with her. She was there for the Shires Junior Golf Tour. Played a round of golf with a couple of the winners from the Shires Junior Golf Tour. So we're going to hear from her in a little bit. But before we do that, Steve Jackson gave me very strict instructions. He says, Ian, you've got to do the news this week. So Jen, we've got to do the news, haven't we, really? A couple of stories. Let's just have a quick look. The Portuguese International Men's Amateur Championship took place, and it was Angel Aya Fangaras, I hope I said that right, from Spain. He won the 92nd Portuguese International Amateur, by the way, 16 under total. Pretty impressive stuff. Jack Wiffel, though, finished in second place with a 10 under par. Congratulations to him. Jolly good stuff indeed, isn't it? Let's move on as well. The Faldo Series, the opening Elite Series event of the year next week in Barcelona. Lots of names in the field. Jack Wiffel's in that as well. So we've linked up very nicely indeed with that, haven't we? Let's keep going on with the news. The British Junior Golf Tour holding the World Junior Golf Championship in Algarve this week. It actually finishes, though, Jen, on Thursday. So I'm going to cop out of this one because I can't give any results because it's Wednesday. So I am really sorry. Sorry about that, everyone. No results, but we will. And Steve has written it in his email to me. Very stern email as well. We will cover it in the next podcast. Now, Jen, you know Steve Jackson very well, don't you? The man can be quite stern, can't he? It can be strict. It's like
he's organised.
He's organised, which is something that can't be said about us too. Anyway, let's keep going on, shall we? Actually, funny enough, Jen, this is something you might be able to help me with. The New England Golf Ambassadors have just had their first get-together. They're meeting last month. Now, you've been involved with this before. What happens in that get-together?
Do you mean the weekend away where we did team building?
Why not?
So, yeah, I went to that one, so I can give you a lot of info on that.
Please do. Oh, yeah.
It was pretty cold. Very cold. I thought it snowed at one point, but it's fine. We climbed a really tall totem pole. That's what it felt like. It was about
Where were you, by the way, for this?
We were at Leah Green.
Okay, rightio. Yeah.
I can't tell you where it is because I got the county wrong. When I was talking to people there, I was like, are we in this county or this county? They were like, neither, we're in this county. I was like,
if anybody can tell us, by the way, comment below. Tell us what county it's in, because I don't know.
We were in Leah Green. It's a really good, it's like the kind of place you go on like a school trip in primary school, like an activity centre. They do all kind of things. We did indoor rock climbing. We did the high ropes, which, like I said, is a totem pole. I mean, it wasn't a totem pole. It was a pole that you climbed up on, stood on the top of. But it was really skinny and it wobbled.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
I
Did you
climbed
get to
up
the
it.
top, Jen? Did
I
you
did
did you
get
get
to
to
the
the top?
top
Did you? Did you
just to
like
prove my
pat the
dad that I
top?
could do it. Just to prove to my dad that I could do it.
Why would he
And the
say
fun,
no way? No way you're
yeah,
going to do
he would
this.
not believe me. I made sure that Alice and Laura took a photo to say, yeah, no, I was at the top. I'm not pulling your leg here. And it was because we were running out of
You need to
time.
send us this photo, by the way, because I don't have any photographic evidence of this. So,
No.
Jen Meyers' dad, if you're watching, can you please comment below with the photo? Because I'm not so sure I
Yeah.
believe this.
Funny thing is, because we were running out of time, two people had to climb at the same time. And I climbed up it with a girl called Catalina. And I think I'd spoken to her for about 5 minutes before this. Next thing you know, we're stood at the top of the pole, shaking like leaves. And
Did
we
you?
get told that the way down is to jump.
Oh, so it's like abseiling only without the sort of sail bit.
Oh,
It's
my
just
dad's just messaged me. It was in Derbyshire.
Derbyshire. Thank you very much, Jen
Thanks,
Meyers' dad.
Derek.
Derek, is that his name?
Derek, yeah.
It's dad to you, Jen. Thank you,
Sorry.
Derek. We appreciate that. Derbyshire is where it is. Just a quick question, Jen. Did you beat Catalina? Did you beat her to the top?
See, that's unfair because I'd already started. I started before her because of getting the harness on and everything.
Yeah, but you beat her though, right?
Yeah, I beat her.
Yeah. I didn't ask who started first. I just wanted to know if you won or not.
Okay.
Jen Meyers, champion of
Yeah!
totem pole climbing. There you go. So that's what happens, according to Jen Meyers,
But
on the England Golf Ambassador Days.
we did do some work. We got some ideas out. So I'm on the social media team. So we were talking through
Yep.
February's post. I'm meeting for the March posts. We did do some work.
And I have to say, there were some pretty good posts that went out in February and March last year.
Thank
Very good
I
posts.
I did the favourite golf courses one.
Yeah, I remember that one. Funny
Yeah.
you mentioned that. I remember that post.
That was me.
Which was the favourite golf course, by the way?
Mine.
Yeah.
Mine
Okay,
is
yeah.
well. We did one from. I think I did 6 young ambassadors' favorite golf courses.
Yeah.
Like they might not have played it. It doesn't matter. It's just kind of like one that you love. So, someone was Pebble Beach, Royal Porthcawl.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Mine was the
Yeah.
Dukes. Never played it,
Ah,
but
okay. Yeah.
I used the driving range in the summer, and I was like, I'd really like to come back and play here. So.
Do you know what? This is going to surprise a lot of people here. Favourite golf courses, by the way. Do comment below. Tell us your favourite golf. We can see the comments, by the way, so keep them clean. It's not 9 o'clock yet, and it is a junior golf podcast, so keep them clean. My favourite golf course, by the way, is Worplesdon. Do you know Worplesdon is? Sorry?
I've heard of it, never played it. Is it nice?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm guessing it's nice.
Well, the view from the clubhouse is stunning.
Oh.
When it comes to playing it, I wouldn't know. But I've had a pint there, and it's very, very nice.
Oh, okay.
Very nice indeed. Right, let's move on with these. Jen, thank you for giving that sort
No
of
worries.
inside view. I really appreciate that.
Good.
UK Kids Golf, they have relaunched some regional events in 2023. There is a schedule as well that's on the website, so do check it out as well. But we did, I didn't, but Steve Jackson caught up with one of the chaps from the UK Kids Golf, and he's got some breaking news to give us, so let's hear from him.
As UK Kids Golf, we've decided to relaunch our competitions for junior stages between 6 and 13. Golf is probably as popular now as it has ever been, and continues to growing all the time. You know, there's so many kids now want to get involved in golf, especially after the pandemic, because golf was one of the first sports back. So we decided to bring that back and thought, okay, you know, we understand like there's other competitions that are out there already. How can we make kids golf different from them? So we basically decided to come up with, okay, let's keep the golf format, because that's fundamentally what golf is. You're going around to shoot the last score possible. But with this element for this initial season, we've added in drive, chip, and putt, which basically consists of the 6 and 9-year-olds basically having 3 drives, 3 chips, and 3 putts. And basically, we're going to come up with a scoring system for that. So on the day, they have basically 2 competitions. They have the 9 holes, which, okay, fair enough, the better golfers may win. But we also have, then after they've done the 9 holes, we'll be going into a drive, chip, putt, where it's not about obviously like lowest score or anything like that. It's purely just basically having fun and hitting the ball as far as you can to hold that putt. We give that opportunity to say, okay, it doesn't matter, if you haven't had the best score, best round ever, here's your chance now just to go and whack a golf ball. See how far you can hit it. We're going to give you these 3 opportunities. Handicaps and everything goes out the window. It doesn't matter if they're a year older than you, in terms of like if they're turn 6 and you turn 7, say, it doesn't matter. Like you can out hit them basically, or you can hit a chip closer than they can, or you can hold a putt. You can hold a putt from 5, 10, 20 feet better than they can, which is basically we're just including all the skills of golf. I mean, obviously, except iron play, but we've got the driving there and we've got the short game side, which are 2 massive things in the game now. You've got to be able to drive a ball and get round it, up and down around the greens. 6 confirmed at the moment, but in the next coming weeks, they'll be all up to date. So we'll have 9 in total, and then the grand final in late August, which again, venue's yet to be confirmed, but we'll be having it in a central location, so in the East Midlands region, so everyone's able to get to it.
Website details, contact details, how can they get involved?
Yeah, so basically everyone just books for our website, which is www.ukkidsgolf.co.uk. We've got entry fee for the younger ones of £20. For anyone 6 to 9, it's £20, and they're doing 9 holes in drive, chip and putt. And for the 10 to 13 age group, it's £40, and that's 18 holes. And those regional competitions will lead into a grand final. But we've then got spaces for the Champions and Champions Invitational in Ireland in 2024. So that's just an added bonus to anyone that gets through to a final, will be able to participate in that event next year.
Yeah, there we go. That was Nathan from UK Kids Golf. I'll tell you, 20 quid. That's not bad, is it, for a round of
bargain.
golf? Right?
That's a bargain.
I see Steve Jackson had to make an appearance, didn't he? He had to get his face on, didn't he? Old Steve-O. I know you're sunning yourself overseas right now, Steve, so he won't be watching, Jen, don't worry. But we can say whatever we like about him. He won't be watching.
Yeah, but he might watch it later.
Oh, yeah. Steve, doing a great job, mate. Enjoy that suntan. You're doing a really good job. And just to let you know as well, Steve, we are doing a great job with the Progress Junior Golf podcast this evening as well. We are going to hear from Charley Hull, of course, in this podcast. Well, before we do that, though, some breaking news. Jen Meyers has failed her driving test again. But sorry, Jen.
Third time's the charm.
Sorry. Third time's a charm. Have you booked it? Have you booked the third time?
No.
Now, we have a challenge for you here at Live Sport now, because the Sunningdale Foursomes is happening next month, isn't it? 12th of March, I think you're going to be live with us. Breaking news, of course, by the way. It's not really breaking news. I think everybody already knows it. But Jen is going to be with us live on course as well for the semi-final and final of the Sunningdale Foursomes. Of course, you probably already know by now, but we are going to be broadcasting it live at Sunningdale on the new course as well, not the old course. It's the centenary year as well for the Sunningdale Foursomes, so it's a big year, hence the reason it's still on the new course, not the old course. And the big question is really, Jen, is do I have to drive to pick you up, or are you going to drive yourself? That's what we want to know. What do you think?
I'm hoping I can drive myself. But I don't know. It depends when I can get a test, I guess.
Well, look.
Because I'm going to pass it. I am going to pass it this time.
Third time lucky, and I want you to be rest assured, no pressure. If you don't pass, I will drive all the way to Winchester to pick you up, which is just down the M3, so it's not far. But we will drive to pick you up and get you anyway. But of course, best of luck for it. I'm rooting for you. And of course, if you do pass your test, I'll probably have 1 or 2 drinks in the clubhouse after, so I might need a lift home, if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I never said I was a good driver, so...
No, doesn't matter today. Yeah, never said I was a good driver either.
True.
Somehow I've passed my test, but yeah, probably shouldn't.
Didn't you say it took you the second time?
Second time, yeah. Not third. Second.
Yeah, well...
I passed on second time. And they always say that the best drivers pass on second time. In fact, that's a question for everybody at home as well. How many times did it take you to pass your driving test? Comment below. We can see the comments. We want to hear from you. Are you like Jen and it takes a long time to pass? Or are you like me and you're an expert driver and it only takes 2 times? Just comment below. We want to hear. I can see that at the Sunningdale Foursome semi-final and the final, you could also see me getting a slap across the face last. Right, so now let's quickly move on because I'm really marching on dangerous territory right now. Of course, this month, February, of course, we Steve and I headed to Woburn. We caught up with Charley Hull. It was the Shires Junior Golf Tour. It was a very special day for them, actually, because a couple of their players who won their tour overall from last season got to play a round of golf with Charley Hull. We've got a number of separate videos for you to play, but let's start with number one for you, where you get to see my face. You also get to see Steve Jackson as well at Woburn. So let's head on over to Ian and Steve. Do you know what? I've been desperate to do this, by the way. I've been desperate to do this. Ever since I filmed this segment with Steve, I've been desperate to do this podcast. So let's hand on over. This is awful. Let's hand on over to Ian, shall we, and Steve, and hear what they have to say. This is terrible.
Yes, a very welcome to the Woburn Golf Club in Buckinghamshire. It's the Shires Junior Golf Tour's big day of the year because it's the Charley Hull Day. The world number 13 is playing with 3 junior golfers today who won the Shires Junior Golf Tour last year. So who are those 3 lucky golfers
Steve,
to play the world number 13?
Can I just stop you there before we go any further? Can I say, Ian, you are looking fine in the studio today. Thanks so much. Sorry, Steve, back to you.
How can you say he's looking fine? I mean, I can see him, he's not looking fine at all. We have to say as well, we apologise, but our legs had to be covered, even though it was outside and you wanted to see our legs for the first time in the Progress Junior Golf podcast.
I've got shorts on.
It's cold, so we've decided to keep the trousers on today. But yeah, big day though for Charley, for the junior golfers in particular, to have the opportunity to play with a world-class player. Pretty good day actually as well here. You know, it's not what you say with sun shining, but it is February and you got to be happy with these kind of conditions, haven't you?
It's a mild day. Okay, I've got the big jacket on, but it is a mild day. Perfect golf conditions as well, and they have gone out on a course already, haven't we? Charlie's having a great time at the minute. But what a prize, what a reward for these golfers, right?
I mean, can you imagine it at that age, getting the opportunity to play with, you know, you're talking about a player who's played in 5 Solheim Cups. Yeah. Played in major championships, runner-up in one of them.
2-time LPGA
2
winner.
LPGA.
Numerous European
Very
Tour
recently
winner.
Finished second in the Tournament Champion of Champions. So this is a player who knows how to play the game, and she also knows what those kids are going through because she had a very similar experience when she was a junior. So she can relate to what they're feeling and what she was feeling at that stage. So yeah, great day for all of them. Be interesting to see what the kids make of it, what they think about playing alongside a very, very good player. Who's the best player you've ever played alongside?
Turhan.
Yeah. And what was your thoughts when you were going around with him?
How on earth can he hit you like that? That's not fair.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I played a few rounds of golf with some really good players, and you have to raise your standard because you're watching them and you're going, wow, that's pretty good.
You do, though, don't you? You do raise your game when you're around sort of better players, dare we say. I don't want to give too much away, but I do know a few things that certainly the chaps have been driving it well, haven't they? Let's just say that. They've been driving it very well.
Yeah, there might be one of them who might say that he outdrive the world number 13, which is not bad going when he goes back to school.
I'm glad you say it because Charlie won't thank you for saying it. So, I didn't say it, Charlie. It was all in. Well, it was all. Let's see, what have we got coming up in this feature then?
Well, so we're going to hear from the players, obviously. We're going to hear from Charlie. We're going to hopefully hear from the club as well. We're certainly going to hear from the tour organiser, the Shires Junior Golf Tour organiser, who's going to explain about how this all came about and what the future holds for the Shires Junior Golf Tour. Might even hear from the parents as well, but it's going to be a packed show. And let's see what happens. Let's see how they got on out on the golf course. And let's see them hitting a few shots as well. Be good to see those kids hitting some golf shots out there on a top quality golf course as well, I have to say. The Marquis golf course here at the Woburn. They've got the Dukes, they've got the Duchess. The Marquis is probably my favourite of the 3, which is some going because
my first time here though, actually, I have to say. Right, well, let's get into it, shall we then? Sit back, relax, everybody, watch this, enjoy, and you are going to hear it from Charley Hull as well. Enjoy.
Yeah, there we go. Drama. Dramatics there. That's what we like to see. Jen, let me ask you a question. Steve asked me there, who's the most famous golfer I've played with? And I've played with a few, you know. What can you say? But I don't know where to go from here. But anyway, Jen, who's the most famous golfer you've played with? I don't count, by the way.
We haven't played golf, so technically I couldn't even say you.
Yeah, I'm not a golfer.
I don't know. I don't think I have played with anyone famous. I've walked a golf course with someone famous.
Okay, who? Name drop.
Miguel Angel Jimenez. I was 8.
That's a good
Pro-Am practice round at Celtic Manor, 2013. My mum and my dad had to leave. He was devastated because he had a tea time. But my mum and I were walking the course with him, and he was playing with Pablo Larrazabal. And we didn't know where to go. And they were like,
the two
Spaniards.
Spaniards.
Follow us, come under the ropes, just come with us. And I was like, yeah.
Did he ever? Was he puffing on a big cigar as he was going around and doing his stretches? What a weapon! That man is a weapon, isn't he? Oh.
But to be fair, Pablo gave me half his Kit Kat, so.
Oh, but he did. Yeah, old Pablo. Yeah. Two great players, by the way. Wasn't it Pablo who got attacked by a swarm of bees once? Do you remember that? Was it? That's right. Anybody who remembers that, I am certain I'm right, by the way. Pablo Larrazabal, I'm sure, on a European Tour event, he got attacked by a swarm of bees. So if anybody can confirm that, please do comment below, because my sources are horrifically unreliable because it's just me. So if anybody can comment that, please do comment below. How cool was that? Now, Jen, let me ask you a question. How awesome would it be to play a round of golf with Charley Hull? How amazing would that be? That would be pretty cool, right?
That is a pretty good prize, that is. Because, like, world number 13, played in numerous Solheim Cups. I think she's the youngest Solheim Cup player. I think she played her first Solheim Cup when she was 16, which is something. To be that good at 16 is immense.
She is insane.
That must be sick.
And she's still only 27. A funny story about this, actually. I've met Charley Hull before. In fact, I've interviewed Charley Hull before at the Clutch Pro Tour event at Sunningdale. Ironically, Sunningdale. But Sunningdale Heath, not Sunningdale Golf Club, Sunningdale Heath. And her playing partner, believe it or not, was Laura Davies, right? Her name.
Dame Laura Davies.
Dame Laura Davies, yes, exactly. Her Royal Highness, basically.
Full title.
And I interviewed them both, and I had the pleasure of chatting to Dame Laura Davies. I'll tell you what, she's the most down-to-earth woman you'll ever meet in your life. She is cool. She is really cool. I spoke to Charley. She was really cool as well. And then when I met her at Woburn a couple of weeks ago, I said, "Oh, Charley, we've actually met before." I was like, "You won't remember." She's like, "Nah."
No, sorry.
She was cool though. Charley Hull's favourite drink, by the way, hot chocolate. That's breaking news. That is breaking news, by the way. Should we head back? That is
top-notch gossip.
That is going to take this podcast from here, down here, to still down here. But anyway, maybe one notch up.
Little steps.
Well, Jen, because we've got you on, it's probably going to go up here actually. So there you go. Let's head back to the Woburn, shall we, and catch up a bit more with Charley Hull and her very special day.
Shot, mate.
Lovely strike. So the Charley Hull Golf Day then on the Shires Junior Golf Tour. Unfortunately, Charlie's had to leave a little bit early, so the 3 players who had the opportunity to play are coming down the 18th now. So Eva Grace Parsons, George Herbert and Edie Spears. They've all enjoyed their day playing this 18th hole, a long par 4. Eva Grace is going to have the first try here. She can fly it, try and get it as close to the flag as possible. Probably won't get too much run on it. So let's see how she gets on. Good strike by the sounds of it. Very good strike there on the dance floor. That's a great way to finish a special day for her. Someone who lives just down the road as well from Charley Hull. Here's Edie Spears then. Probably a 9-iron in her hand here. A little bit low. Whether that'll hold the green or not. I'm sure she's had a wonderful day playing with Charlie. And here's George, big hitting George. This is his second shot to hit, so he's done well. Some backspin on that, a little bit of backspin held up, so uphill putt to come to finish on the 18th hole. Wouldn't that be a wonderful way? Knock it in from 15-20 feet. That would be a great way to finish a great day for him. As you can see as well, the parents as well have been walking around with him. So not just a great day for the players as well, but also a great day for the parents as well. I mean, it's not too often that you get to see your daughter or your son have the opportunity to play with a world-class player on a world-class golf course as well. Of course, Woburn, which has hosted many major tournaments over the years, both men's tournaments, seniors events, ladies events. So this is a place which is synonymous in golfing terms. So what a great opportunity to play on a wonderful golf course. It's a sloping green, so I'll have to be very careful how she plays this. I think possibly a little bit left to right and might be a bit downhill as well. Not sure what kind of lie she's got there. That looks like a pretty good effort, that does. Will it hold? Oh, hits the pin! So George Herbert then. Now wouldn't this be a great way to finish a day? Knock this one in from distance. It's rolling pretty well. Just to the left there. This is definitely the final putt then. And there we go. In she blows. So what a great day. Fist pumps all around. Eva Grace Parsons, George Herbert and Edie Spears. What a fantastic day playing here at Woburn. Claps all around as well from the spectators and the Shires Junior Golf Tour organisers. I think everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, there we go. A bit of on-course action there, Jen. That's what we'd like to see, isn't it? A few nice shots. However, I must say, one of the chaps outdrove Charley Hull there.
That's impressive.
That is impressive stuff, isn't it? Let me ask you a question, Jen. How far can you drive the ball?
On average?
Yeah, why not?
No idea. Roughly 230 maybe.
Okay. Add 20 to that. And we'll
250.
Yeah.
250. But my furthest drive, if I'm going to brag, is about 310 yards.
Really?
Downhill, downwind, but it doesn't matter. It still went 310 yards.
Hey, I don't care. I would count that if that was me. Hey, look, if it went 200 yards, I'd be like, that was me. Did you see that? I don't even notice, but I keep changing the colour of my light. Does anybody notice?
Yeah.
It's red now. Does anybody notice that? No?
I've got to say, Charlie was stood very close to them playing their shots, so if that was me, I'd have felt under so much pressure because obviously she's right there. I'm like, oh my god, I've got to stripe it.
Do you know what? I had the fortune of playing in the Adidas Invitational a few years ago, which was obviously an Adidas event. And we had Tira Hatton there. We had a few decent players there, a few European Tour players, and of course then there's average me turning up. And Tira Hatton, we played a par 3 at where was it? Watford Way. The Grove. Played up at Grove. And Tira, we had a nearest sort of landed on the green within his shot, and you win like a flag or something. Anyway, he necks it, and it's a great shot. It's within like 5 yards or something like that. So I've got no chance. Anyway, I'm miles off, hit it over there or anything like that. But I know what you mean. Right, it's pretty nerve-wracking, isn't it, when you've got a European Tour, not just a PGA Tour Pro, LPGA Tour Pro, stood right next to you, and you've got to load up at a par 3, it is horrific. And I got the shakes. I got the shanks. I got to be honest, and I was pretty horrific. I probably embarrassed myself quite a bit, but I think Tyro's seen it all, hasn't he? He's been there, he's done it. Let me ask you a question, Jen. We're talking about the Woburn there. Obviously a cracking course. We know that's a championship venue. Best course you've played at? Which is it?
Oh, that is a tough one. I think, maybe Lip Hook.
Lip Hook?
I've played Lip Hook a bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the courses I've played. That is definitely up there. I can't think. 2010. I've played the 2010. That is a good course.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good course.
Impressive.
But I think that's it.
Okay, let me ask you this question then. What's the most underrated course you've played? That
Underrated?
Everybody should know about, but have probably never heard of.
Also Golf Club.
Okay.
When that is in prime condition,
Yeah.
that is a great golf course. And I might be biased because it's my home course, but it is a great golf course, and everyone should go play there.
Jen's also on commission as well for any green fees. So
Hey, I'm a greenkeeper, so I'll take it.
I tell you what, when she comes to Sundale Force and she rocks up in this brand spanking new BMW, we know it's because of you lot watching.
Another golf course which is very good, although I was playing it in wind and rain, is Nevin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Cliff top, wind and rain, April.
I've
never cried on a golf course like I did that day. Not that you could tell from the wind and the rain. And I was about 13, but I was crying. I thought I was going to quit golf. I thought, But it means I am now prepared for any weather on the golf course because of how bad it was that day.
Well, there you go. I mean, you could be prepared for maybe, I don't know, Stirling or maybe Bournemouth. Who knows? I mean, you know.
Who knows?
Now, look, we've got, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but we've got breaking news coming up for you after the next video because I really need some content to go with. Let's head back to the Charley Hull Golf Day, shall we, at Woburn. And then we're going to come back to you, Jen, because you know what I'm going to ask you, don't you?
Yeah.
You know. Let's go back to the Woburn first.
Charley Hull, you're here with the Shires Junior Golf Tour. They're Order Merit winners, got the opportunity to play with yourself. So why did you get involved with this?
I just thought it was great. My mate Dan Ashcroft obviously has some input with the tour and that, so I thought it'd be good fun to join. When I was younger, I played in the HSBC Wee Wonders, and I really enjoyed that. So it's just good for the juniors, and it's nice to play 9 holes with them. Played a Texas Scramble on the Marquis, and the weather was all right for it, so it was good.
It was not a bad day considering this time of the year.
No.
So what kind of standard was the golf out there?
Yeah, it was good. I was just out there having fun, enjoying it, and it's just at that age you just want to go out there and have fun.
You mentioned that you had a very similar experience. I think it was Morgan Pretzel you played with when you won the opportunity to play in something like that. What did you take from that at that age?
I took how to acknowledge the crowd, as in say thank you when I hold a putt and stuff. But yeah, it was just great fun and great memories. Hopefully they made some good memories out there.
I mean, you say you took a little bit out of it. Were you nervous going out there? I heard you saying before, and you're probably more nervous.
Oh yeah, no, I get
like
more nervous at something like that than I do in an actual golf event, because I feel like you've got expectations of hitting amazing shots and stuff, and in reality we're all humans and we're never going to be perfect, so you want to make a good impression. So the 3 players out there, then we'll go through them one by one, how you think they got on. So Edie, how did she? Yeah, she was right. I think she was a little bit nervous. I think they both was a bit nervous, but it was just out there having fun. You would be nervous, especially that age. And I think what their handicaps are they?
I think mid-handicap, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as they just go out there and have fun. And Eva as well, another Northamptonshire girl actually, and he lives down the road from you. I don't know if you're aware of that. No, where does she live? Kettering? Burton, I think. Oh, she lives Burton. Yeah. So no, she was a little bit nervous. The other one wasn't too nervous, but yeah, it's just nice that, obviously I think she's a Barton girl actually, so helping the local juniors out. I think George as well, the other one who played. So he hit it pretty good. Boy. He hit a good drive on the first hole. Yeah, he outdrove me twice out there, so it was good.
How did that feel? I mean, from his point of view, what do you think he was thinking when that happened?
He wanted to outdrive me all around, and they give him £20 at last if they could outdrive me, and he did. So fair play to him. But no, he hits it good. He should be off less than 9.
You mentioned a couple of girls out there.
Yeah.
I mean, how important is it yourself to promote junior golf and girls golf in particular?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, when I was younger, there wasn't that many golfers around, which I enjoyed because I like being with the lads and stuff, and I think that made me in the golf that I am today, hitting hard and stuff. But obviously you want to get more girls into it and grow the sport, so hopefully that's doing it.
Keegan Jameson, then the head of the Shires Junior Golf Tour. Just explain what the Shires is all about then.
So the Shires is a series of events throughout the Midlands, basically for juniors under the age of 21. And we have 4 categories. So gold is from scratch golfers to 18 handicappers, silver 19 to 36, bronze 37 to 54, and then we also have a mini tour series for golfers with no handicap. So.
Last year you held an Order of Merit where you held events, and then they went towards trying to qualify for a big event. What went on, who won it, and what was the big event?
Yeah, so we had a series of events, and the winners of each division got a chance to play here today with Charley Hull for 9 holes, which is really good.
Who were those players then? Just to explain who the 3 players were.
Yep, so it was George Herbert in the gold division, it was Eva Grace Parsons in the bronze division, and Edie Spears in the silver division.
And they got the opportunity to play with Charley Hull. Just explain how Charley got involved with this, because to have a world-class player involved with the Shires Junior Golf Tour must have been great.
Yeah, so we actually grew up with Charley. So I come from Corby, and my coach at the golf course that we work at, Dan, he was good friends growing up with Charley at Kettering. So that was how it naturally evolved. We kind of asked Charley if she'd be our ambassador for the tour, and she said yes, and hence why we're here today. So really good.
She actually was involved with it a few years ago and did a very similar thing then when she played with some junior golfers at Kettering. So it's something which obviously she was very keen on. Mm-hmm. We spoke to her about it. But from your point of view, how important is it to have a name like that?
Yeah, it's amazing. It gives all the juniors somebody to aspire to, and it just shows with hard work where you can get to. Really, really good face to have for the tour.
And obviously the day today was at Woburn Golf Club. I mean, that's great as well to have a prestigious venue like this involved with the Shires as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We couldn't be happier with the venue today. So.
And this time of the year as well, I mean, we are playing in February.
Yeah.
Actually a pretty good day for it as well.
Very good. Yeah, we were quite glad that it's not pouring down the rain today. So yeah, really, really happy.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit more action there. Now, I was there, by the way, everybody. I was just mucking around in the background. Kind of a chance not to do any work for a change. And I've changed my colour again of the light, but nobody seems to have noticed. Did you notice, Jen?
I'm still waiting for it to be pink.
Okay, let me see what I can do. We've got a couple more videos to go, so I'll see what I can do. I don't want to do it live, because if I muck it up, then I look even more stupid than I already do. So, mind you, that's probably possible anyway. Now, Jen, of course.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I'll wait for the comments just to flood in.
I know what's coming.
Yeah, you know what's coming. Now, let me ask a question to everybody out there as well. If you had the choice to go to either Bournemouth or Stirling, what would you choose? Comment below. We want to hear from you, because we need to help our good mate Jen Meyers out. That's what we need to. We need to help Jen out, because Jen, you are a very talented golfer, of course.
Thank you.
And you have the opportunity, don't you, to go to Stirling or Bournemouth.
Correct.
Now, I appreciate it's not an easy decision, but you do live in the south of England.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I love Stirling, by the way. Well, I've never been, but I'm sure it's a lovely place.
You should go.
Well, look, if anybody in Stirling or Stirling Golf Club or Stirling Sweet Shop, or whatever wants to invite me up, I'll be more than happy to go. I've never been, so I'm sure it's a lovely place. But you've got a bit of a dilemma, haven't you?
Just a tad.
Tell us about it.
So I could go to Bournemouth, or I could go to Stirling. The question is, where do I go?
And you live in Hampshire. Yeah. So obviously Bournemouth would be geographically the natural choice. However, it's not as simple as that, is it?
No, it's not. I wish it was. I genuinely do. I wish there was a right and wrong answer, but unfortunately they're both right answers. So.
Okay. So Scotland or south of England. I mean, you could literally couldn't get any further apart, could you? It's not like you're choosing between like Leicester and Loughborough, which are like 5 miles apart.
They could not be more different. Bournemouth by a beach, Stirling set in mountain ranges.
So what's important to you, Jen? Let me ask you that question. What is it more important to you? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you decide this evening, live tonight on the Junior Golf Podcast, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I could not tell you. This is the issue. If my academics were more important than my golf, decision solved. If golf was more important than academics, decision solved. Unfortunately for me, they both sit at 50-50 because I want to be the best golfer that I can be, but at the same time, I want to get good grades and I want to be able to get a job at the end.
So what we're saying here is, and I'm not saying either or, one is better for golf, one is better for academics. That's what we're saying, isn't it? And
not that the one that's better for golf is not as good for academics. It's got good academics, and the one that's better academics still does have good golf. But they are slightly better at the different aspects.
Okay, you know the answer, don't you?
No, I don't. I cannot tell you.
I know.
And if you want to know the answer, you're going to have to wait till the Sunningdale Foursomes, because I am not going to give it to you tonight, because I don't know what it is.
Are you going to reveal it live at the Sunningdale Foursomes? Don't forget, you can watch this. Please do. Oh, yes, please.
The big
reveal.
Have
breaking news. At the Sunningdale Foursomes, the semi-final final live on March I think it's the 12th, anyway, it's the Friday of March. We are going to be live for that as well. Charley Hull will be playing in that too as well. Whether she'll be in the semi-final or final, we just don't know. Do you know what, actually, Jen? There's a lot of good players playing in the Sunningdale Foursomes. I think there on a Tuesday. We're going to catch up with the likes of Robert Rock. He's playing. Did you know that? Did you know Andy Sullivan is playing as well? Of course, Charley Hull is playing. We're going to catch up with all sorts of players. It's a strong field, and you can watch it all live, of course, with us at Live Sport. Now, before we do that, though, let's head back though to Woburn, shall we? Because Steve Jackson, I was there. I promise, I was there.
He was just behind the camera.
I was doing what I usually do, which is trying to do as little as possible. I was behind the camera. Steve did catch up with a number of the. He did catch up with all 3 of the junior players who played at the Shires Junior Golf Tour. Here's what they had to say.
You outdrove the world number 13, not just once,
twice.
Come on, then explain it to us then, come on.
Every drive, I just kept on trying to hit it a little bit harder and harder every time because I wanted to really outdrive her. So, yeah. And
not only that as well, but you were playing off the white tees. I think was it Charlie's idea or your idea to change from the yellows to the whites?
Charlie's idea.
But presumably you thought, hey, why not?
Yeah.
And what about the day as well? I mean, have you played Woburn before?
No, I've never played it before.
What do you think of the course then? I know, appreciate it this time of the year, but I mean, just a great opportunity to play a course like this.
It's a lovely course to play.
And of course, playing with Charley. I mean, what did you learn from a player, that good?
You can learn quite a bit from just watching her and just playing around with her, to be honest.
Yeah. Lining up putts, things around short game.
Yeah.
Did she give some any specific tips out there?
A few. But, yeah.
You got to keep them to yourself, because you don't want anyone else to know. Is that right? Yeah. So we've got one of the parents here, also one of the marshals as well for the Shires Junior Golf Tour. We've asked the question, Charley, whether they were nervous. We've asked the question, the players, whether they were nervous. As a parent, what were you thinking when you turned up here?
I think I probably get more nervous than what George does. He makes it look easy at times. But just spending a bit of time and watching a tour pro hit the ball and then just giving George something to live up to is a great opportunity.
And what can you learn as a parent of watching what she does and trying to pass that on, not just to your own son, but perhaps people who you know, the kind of ideas that you can pick up from a player like that?
I think a lot of it is the mentality side of the game. They're all very good at hitting a ball, but it's how they deal with it when it doesn't quite go how they expect it to. And that can be a massive advantage if you can get past those bad shots and carry on round with your round.
I mean, one of the slogans which Charley has had for many years is hit the ball, find it, hit it, find it, hit it, find it, and that's the kind of mentality which is great for juniors to just concentrate on that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is that something which you've thought of before? Is that something which even that which I've just said to you now? Is that something you might take on in years to come?
I hope it's something that especially George and Edie and Eva take on from today. Is just what's happened has happened, so move on to the next one and make the best of what you can and just take it forward.
No, did you caddy a little bit for George today?
Yes, yeah.
Did you get any tips as far as that was concerned?
He hits the ball further than what I thought he does, so yeah, that's interesting.
Is that one as well? I mean, we say to George, to obviously tell his friends the fact that he's outdriven a tour pro. Is that something you can tell your friends? Or
No.
My son can outdrive the world number 13.
No, he outdrives me weekly, so I'm not even going to.
And just give us an idea, like I say, you are a marshal with the Shires Junior Golf Tour. Just give us an idea about why your son plays on the tour and why other juniors should.
I think for George especially, he's been on the tour now for a few years, and it's just the different amount of courses that you can play to your level as well. So it makes it enjoyable. There's no pressure to continuously do well, and I think with that relaxed atmosphere, it makes it fun for children to come and play golf, and that's the biggest thing really.
Your day today, playing alongside Charley Hull, what did you make of it all?
I think it was a really good experience, and like playing new courses as well, and then being with a tour pro is always nice, and then seeing a perspective of her view as well. Just overall a good game.
Big smile on your face as well. I mean, is that kind of the experience which did you expect that type of experience out there?
Yeah, I think it was going to be a good day whatever happened, but I think it just made it better that it actually turned out really well in a good.
Now we spoke to Charley afterwards and she says she was a little bit nervous when she teed off on the first hole. Was that the same with yourself?
Yeah, I think I was a bit shaky on the first, definitely, and then because I knew she was really a big part of like the golf industry, especially ladies. But after a few holes, I think I just calmed down a bit. Just kind of thought it was a bit natural near the end.
We asked George the same question, but the question for yourself, did you get any tips out there? Is there anything which you think, I'll use that when I play?
When she explained how she does the greens with her feet, I might try that. And I asked her about pressure being on tour, and she just said it kind of just goes later on. So I think I'm just going to not worry about pressure as much as I thought.
Yeah, pressure's for tyres, isn't it? That's the thing that you have to remember. So looking ahead to the season then, this presumably hopefully will build up your confidence and the ideas that you go on and bigger and better things this year?
Yeah, I think we're going to still carry on with this because I like the way you lay it out and stuff, but I think, yeah, it was a really good experience as well.
All right, well done today, hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Okay, so Eva Grace Parsons, the local girl, just lived down the road from Charley as well, so what was that experience to play with someone who just lived down the road from you?
It was amazing. I was a little bit nervous to start with, but she helped me a lot.
What were you nervous then? Obviously playing with a very good player. I mean, Charley said it was more nervous than her than it was for you.
Yeah, mainly just the crowd, and also I got to play with a professional, so I was a little bit nervous about messing up.
Yeah. Is that the first time you've ever played with a professional golfer before?
Yes.
And certainly a tour pro as well. I mean,
yeah.
What did you know about Charley? Obviously, like I say, you live almost in the same village as her. What did you know about beforehand?
And I knew quite a bit. I watched her play at the AIG here in 2019.
Okay.
So I watched all her swing and everything.
So I asked the same question to the other two then. Did you pick up any tips from Charley as you were going around?
Yeah, she told me how to get rid of the crowd and not focus on them.
What crowd, eh? That's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know? I'm presuming that's something which is going to help when you play golf, because there's going to be more people who are watching,
yes.
Not just your parents. I know they were here today. So how do you think you're going to go for this season then?
I think it will be really good.
Is this the first time you played at Woburn?
Yes.
So what did you make of the golf course out there?
It was a fantastic course and the greens were amazing.
All right, well done today, and well done for qualifying to play in the Charley Hull Day, and well done to all the supporters as well for coming along and enjoying what, I think we'll all agree was, stayed dry, stayed warmish, and we had a great day, so well done to everyone.
Yeah, there we go. I cut that short at the end, actually, because we don't need special thanks to be honest, but thanks to everybody for tuning in. Anyway, don't look at me like that, Jen. Come on, don't look at me like that.
You did all the dramatics with the golf shots. I was very impressed. And then you cut off their names.
No, well, thank you to everybody, by the way, for being involved in that. And you haven't noticed, but have you seen the colour? Pink-ish. Well, more purple, but pink. Well, it's the most pink I could get. And
I'm such a child.
I've done it just for you. There
Thank
you go.
you.
So you better pass your driving test, because otherwise, we're in big trouble.
I'll turn up in a bright pink car. No, I'm joking, I won't.
Yeah, don't pick me up. I'll drive myself, actually. Right, Jen. Now, of course, Sunningdale Foursomes coming up. You're going to be with us as well for the semi-final and final. As well, what a cracker it was last year as well, by the way. Lottie Woad and Rachel Gawley, they were on fire. Now, they're not competing this year because they've gone off over to America. Yes, they have gone over. Do you know how they ask for coffee in America? Shall I tell you something? Do you know? If you want a coffee in America, do you know what you have to do?
Is this going to be a really cheesy joke?
You got to go, hey, I want a coffee. That's what you got to do. I'm just letting you know, Jen, in case when you end up in university in America, that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
So
I'm not going to Bournemouth or Sterling. I'm flying to America.
Well, if you go to Sterling, you go, okay, I want a coffee. Is that right?
I mean, I can't do accents, so I wouldn't even try and beat that.
Yeah, doesn't quite cut it, does it? Anyway, we are talking about the Sunningdale Foursomes. You're going to be with us, of course, for the semi-final and final. You're going to be live on the course. Unfortunately for you, you're going to be with me. Unlucky.
Steve, help!
It's going to be it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be a learning curve of what not to do. When it comes to sports media, but anyway, at least you'll learn what you'll get a steep learning curve anyway. Ain't gonna be a good one. But anyway, Charley Hull, as I said before, it's a good job that this podcast is almost over, isn't it? It really is. I still think it's been our best ever, actually. Charley Hull is playing in the Sunningdale Foursomes. Of course, the Sunningdale Foursomes is a straight knockout competition, so whether she'll be there on Friday or not, we hope she will be, of course. But if she
who's she playing with?
Ryan Evans, I believe. Yeah, so she'll either be there or she won't. And if she isn't there, it's because they lost. So, and whoever is there, Jen, you and I will be commentating on and walking the course with. And they will be worthy semi-finalist/finalist, whoever it is going to be. We will see who is going to lift the trophy as well. And I must say, last year as well, Lottie Woad and Rachel Gawley, who won, they won it in torrential conditions. Chucked it down, so it did bring a brolly as well. I was walking the course with. Do you know what, Lottie Woad as well? She didn't even realise she'd won. That was it. She didn't even realise. Well, I had to tell her. I said, Lottie, you won. She's like, really? I was like, yeah. But anyway, we caught up with Charley Hull and she had a quick.
For yourself then, big season ahead, 5 majors and also the Solheim Cup as well. I mean,
it's a big year. It's going to be a good year. I feel in good shape, down to number 13 in the world rankings. So, I feel good.
Which I think is your highest ever ranking. So that must be you.
Putting all this practice in, so it's working.
And good start to the year as well. Runner up in the Champion of Champions event. I mean, how important is it to get a good start to the year?
Especially because I didn't really go away practicing this winter. I went to Morocco once, but I'm usually in Dubai, but I've had to pass my driving test, so I had to get that done.
Now I know that you're playing in the Sunningdale Foursomes as well, which is a different type of format. The opportunity to play with.
I'm playing with my good friend Ryan Evans, and I can't wait for it. I'm away for 3 weeks soon, Saudi, Thailand, Singapore. Then when I come back, I'm playing the Sunningdale Foursomes, and that's got to be one of my favourite events of the year. Probably my favourite event of the year, apart from the majors.
It's a little bit different as well, isn't it? Because you get the opportunity to play against amateurs, the juniors.
Yeah, and guys and girls together. Like, I love it. Now I'm living in Sunningdale, so it's only around the corner from my house, so it's perfect.
And a quality golf course as well to play.
Definitely.
I mean, are you going to hope for the weather?
Hopefully we reach Georgia and Ryan in the final.
Is that what you reckon? Hey,
well, I hope so, because they're our good friends.
Yeah, because Georgia Hall playing in it as well. Robert Rock playing in it. Andy Sullivan. Do you know, I could reel the names. I don't want to name drop. I don't want to be that guy. Like name drops. I know these people. I know Jen Meyers. name drop. But I'm going to be that guy anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. So, some pretty big names playing. Jen, we could be commentating and walking the course with some pretty big names, couldn't we?
Yeah. Bit nerve-wracking, considering it could be the first time I ever do it. I mean, now I'm going to be the person to name drop. But at the BMW Pro-Am, me and my friend Hannah Dymott, when we were the young... Well, I'm still a young ambassador. She is no longer. But we were there with the young ambassadors, and we interviewed James Phelps, a.k.a. Fred Weasley. Highlight of my life.
Who?
Please tell me you've seen Harry Potter.
Potter. Oh,
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Potter. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed right now. That's the second time I've tried to name drop that to someone and they've just gone, who?
Yeah, no, Harry Potter's really...
Well, I'm fairly certain you can
Daniel Radcliffe. Was it him?
No, it was James Phelps, Fred Weasley. And you can find a snippet on the Young Ambassador's
Ron
Instagram
Weasley.
page. So go find it.
Ron Weasley, ginger lad.
No, the taller ginger.
Right, so what? It wasn't Harry Potter. It wasn't his sidekick.
It was his sidekick's older brother.
What's the girl's name?
Hermione.
Hermione. Wasn't Hermione.
You're really disappointing me right now.
What's the Hagrid? What's that? Hagrid? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't him. No. What's the bad guy? Voldemort. Was it him?
Nope.
No,
it was Fred Weasley.
What was the train called that went across the bridge? What was
the
platform?
Hogwarts Express platform?
Yeah, was it the Hogwarts Express?
The Hogwarts
That?
Express.
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it was the train. It was the train. I interviewed a train. So
you interviewed the 38th most famous person from Harry Potter.
Do you know what? It's enough for me, okay? It's enough for me.
Jen, listen, I'm no one to comment, but that is a real poor name drop. You know? I am awfully sorry.
It's fine. There will be people out there who'll be like,
yeah.
Oh my god. And unfortunately,
what's his name again? What's his name again?
He's too good for you.
What?
James Phelps. If you want to see a bit of it, like I said, it's on the Young Ambassador's Instagram page under the BMW highlights. So go check it out.
Yeah, it's underneath Daniel Radcliffe, Ron Weasley, Hermione, the Hogwarts Express, the bridge, the castle.
What bridge?
I don't know, one of the spells. In fact, it's underneath 10 of the spells that they do in Harry Potter, which I don't even know what they are. It's underneath the cauldron. There's probably a cauldron because it's Harry Potter. It's
How can you be British if you haven't seen or read Harry Potter?
I have seen Harry Potter. I've seen Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azerbaijan. I've seen that one. You know, where he goes to Eastern Europe and gets taken prisoner. I've seen that one. Yeah.
That was such a poor joke.
It's terrible, isn't it?
I want Steve back.
Steve, can you log in? I think I've sent you the link. If you can come back in because it's not going well. Let me change colour. See if that makes a difference. Red. Jen, I can't thank you enough for joining us on this car crash of a podcast this evening. It has been a real pleasure. And of course, we will see you live at the Sunningdale at Foursomes. I promise you, when it comes to being out in the field, it's no better than this. It really is no better than this. So I would reevaluate maybe coming out, and actually it might not do your career any good coming out with us, to be honest.
I might not have a career after this. There's
more of a possibility that you might not have a career if you do it than if you don't do it. So you're cool, but I'm only joking. We're amazing, really. We are super stuff. You saw it at the first video when I introduced myself.
Yeah, that was cheesy. That was so
Do you know
cheesy.
what? Everybody watching this, I even had a comment from Jen in the private chat, because we have a private chat thing. Nobody knows this. This is behind the scenes. This is real life.
Top
behind
stuff.
the scenes, exclusive content that nobody gets to see. We do have a private chat that goes on, and nobody else can see. You guys can't see it at home, but Jen did comment and said that was horrific. Ian. That was just. I need to reevaluate my association with you guys. That's what she said. generally. Anyway, Jen, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries.
I'm sorry, it's been probably the worst experience of your life, but there we go. And hopefully we'll see Jen out on the course at the Sunnydale Foursomes. However, if she thinks about her career and values it, we might not see her anyway. We'll see her. Sunnydale Foursomes Live, semi-final and final. Jen will be with me walking the course with the players. It's going to be an experience, Jen. It's going to be a cracker. Don't you worry about it. It's going to be a lot of fun as well. I promise it's better than this. I swear to God, it's better than this.
I just need to remember to bring an umbrella.
Bring an umbrella. Bring your driving license as well if you've got it. Third time lucky. But I'll plan. I'll make arrangements to come drive and pick you up.
Just in case.
just in case. Yeah, just in case. I'll pick you up then. Okay.
But if I do pass, please keep off the roads near Sunningdale on that day.
Yeah, I will be at the golf course very early, well before you hit the M3. By the way, if anybody's hitting the M3 on that day, it's probably going to be closed due to an accident. So, I would say,
I'm off.
Don't bother driving that day.
Yeah.
Jen, thank you so much. I don't know how this has gone downhill so quickly. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Jen, thanks so much for joining us this evening. It's been fantastic.
It's okay.
We will see you at the Sunnydale Foursomes. Of course, all in jest, of course. We will see you at Sunnydale Foursomes. It is going to be an absolute cracker. The next podcast is probably going to be a lot more professional than this one.
Because Steve will be here.
Steve will be here, so it'll be done properly. It'll be well organised. It'll be, it'll be tight. It'll be all the information you need about junior golf. There won't be any nonsense. There won't be any stupidity. It will be a proper podcast. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I've had a great time, by the way. I've really enjoyed it. But there we go. We'll make it better next time. Jen, thanks so much for joining us.
No worries.
I'll be in contact about Sunnydale Foursomes. I look forward to not getting picked up by you. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.